Hello everybody and welcome to the race review for the 2020 Grand Prix of Russia. And it was a controversial one where once again it seemed that politics are running the sport and the FIA interfering in the Russian Grand Prix. That's not a way for a governing body to behave, especially in Russia. Ian Birch joins me here and you were commentating with me on the race. That was an absolute shocker for so many reasons.
Not the first time.
No.
Right? Second or third time in recent weeks. Right? The stewards have come up with legitimate things that people have done wrong, like Ricciardo and especially Lewis. But has anyone else been done for an incident? Toto said no. There's nobody else been done this season for an incident on the way out of the pits to join on the formation lap.
Yep,
on
it's
the
been
grid.
weird.
It's getting disgusting. Lewis says they're out to get him. Right? Hard to prove. But everyone can make up their own mind. I want happy that two very minor infringements for Lewis and one for Danny
Corrected the results, yeah.
You know, Danny was being forced wide. Where was he supposed to go? Up in the air?
Yeah.
No.
We saw that in the Formula 2 race this morning. What happens when he's side by side of that corner?
Yep, at that corner, there is no longer one of the Formula 2 cars.
No,
and we're lucky that we've got Giotto and Jack Aitken still with us because they went under. They instantly crashed off, literally 20 yards into the fencing for Giotto. 30, 40 yards into the fencing.
For Aitken, yeah.
For Aitken at full speed, and they went under it, and Giotto's car caught fire, and he only just got out.
It brought out the red flag immediately. He didn't restart the race either, but that took an extensive damage repair, so I was surprised to see the accidents we did. Just quickly then, Lewis Hamilton's penalty, as you said, was the reconnaissance laps. Now, when he came out of the pit lane, he did one practice start in the pit lane, but he was out of position there.
Toto says that if you look at Michael Massey's doctorates for today...
Hang on.
Right? It says...
Let's get the file out.
The very last bit says that it is up to them, as long as they're to the right and not in the fast lane, right? And he wasn't in the fast lane.
Oops.
He wasn't in the fast lane, right?
Yeah.
He was near the fast lane. He wasn't in the fast lane.
There's a little section here that says practice starts, and I'll read it out. Practice starts 19.1 and 19.2. Practice starts may only be carried out on the right-hand side after the pit exit lights, and for the avoidance of doubt, this includes any time the pit exit is open for the race. Drivers must leave adequate room on the left for another car to pass. Lewis did both of those. For reasons of safety and sporting equality, cars may not stop in the fast lane at any time in the pit exit without justifiable reason. Practice starts is not considered a justifiable reason.
He wasn't in the fast lane. Toto said he wasn't in the fast lane.
If I put that file down,
he was actually where, if you look at the pictures again, right, where everybody else had done their practice starts, because all the rubber was on the ground, right? All the rubber was on the ground. He didn't put rubber in front of him.
No, it's behind.
Other cars have done that. So other cars have done the same as him and not got a penalty, right? That is my point. No problem if it's against the rules, give him a penalty, right? But you give everyone a penalty.
For doing the same thing. That's the thing. They were completely biased today as well. And is it because they've investigated him so often over the weekend? Qualifying, he was under investigation yesterday for jumping across the curb at turn 2. They cancelled out one of his lap times as well, nearly put him out in Q2. They've been out to get him this weekend.
My argument is they're spoiling the sport for the spectators. And without the spectators, you ain't got a sport.
Yeah. Another incident as well. We said this during the race commentary as well, that Mika Salo is the race steward this weekend, the same race steward who was in Monza who gave Lewis a 10-second penalty.
We cut back after it was given to the 2 5-second penalties to a picture of the stewards and the Salo and all them giggling away.
Laughing and joking,
Laughing and joking.
Yeah.
They've just ruined the race for the supporters. The spectators have had their star guy...
And we had fans here this weekend as well.
Badly disadvantaged. Right? Lewis is well liked in Russia. They were all cheering him on the grandstands.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to Liberty, you've got to have a word, because this is not on.
They need to define the
Right.
rules a little clearer for
If you
everyone.
do a rule, it's for everybody. Clearly, there was marks on that ground to suggest that more than a dozen cars had done practice starts at that very same place.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Completely agree. It was a crazy race. Right, let's move away from the pre-race and actually to the race start. Initial lights up were okay. Hamilton got a great start. Bottas got the better launch. Verstappen, however, was bogged down. He went into anti-stall
Honda have
again.
been trying to sort this out. Anti-stall again, right? Clearly hasn't worked what they thought would happen, and to improve it. So, Max, steady race, right? Nothing spectacular.
Second overall, yeah.
Did his own race, came second, unspectacular, right? He says that, not me.
Bottas
He
won.
says that. I just agree with him.
Bottas won for the 9th time.
Bottas, a lot of problems recently, right? Even went to a church after the last race. So, and his divine intervention has happened.
Yeah, I can't
right?
believe it.
And the stewards have won him the race. Now, that's not actually true, because if you take the 10-second penalty, he was 11.8 seconds,
He would have won it anyway, yeah.
Lewis was, behind Valtteri. Now, whether he would have been that if
The
he
pit
hadn't have had
stops,
the
yeah,
pit stops
yeah.
and things, I don't know. But Valtteri legitimately won that race. And
That's
he
the
did a
great thing, yeah.
fine job, just like Lewis did in the last race, of leading and controlling the race. Well done, Valtteri.
Danny Ricciardo got a 5-second penalty but remains in 5th place. He just got avoidance of that. The same happened with Alexander Albon. They too both got 5-second penalties for failing to go over the bollard at turn 2. Romain Grosjean
Went through it.
didn't get a penalty.
Yeah.
Broke it, didn't go through it. That's
Yeah.
something I can't understand.
The only thing I can come up with there is the fact that
He tried to.
they think that Grosjean is so past it that
Yeah, they just don't wanna bother.
it won't worth giving him a penalty, because he was going to come last anyway. And that is the worrying thing for Haas, is that for the third race running, right, they started failing in the last third
Yeah.
of the race.
They did. The last third, they were
Yeah.
just back completely.
I don't know whether it's the drivers or the car, but it just
Lot to do, yeah.
a lot to do there.
Right, let's take a quick results then at the full results for the Grand Prix here in Russia and the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championship. Let's take a look then at the full results from the Russian Grand Prix for 2020. It's Valtteri Bottas winning for the 2nd time here in Russia and the 9th time in his Formula 1 career. It keeps up Mercedes' 100% record of victories here in Russia. That's been going since 1913. Yes. Max Verstappen finished in 2nd place. A great race from him today. He really did try and push forward. Lewis Hamilton, a 10-second penalty dropped him right out of it, but he manages to fight back for 3rd place. A great race. Sergio Perez is 4th, and Danny Ricciardo, a 5-second time penalty, but he still remains in 5th place. Charles Leclerc 6th, Esteban Ocon 7th, Danny Kvyat 8th, Pierre Gasly 9th, and Alexander Albon, he too, with a 5-second time penalty, but remains in 10th place to get that final point-scoring position. Bottas, with the fastest lap as well, gets an extra bonus point, so it's 26 points for him today overall. In the bottom half, it's Antonio Giovinazzi. He has some great overtakes today. He finishes in 11th place. Then we get Kevin Magnussen 12th. He's starting to come back to it, isn't he? 13th for Sebastian Vettel. A weekend to forget here in Russia, especially with Leclerc doing so well in the top 10. Dropping further down, Kimi Raikkonen on his 322nd start, matching Rubens Barrichello. Does actually end the race and finishes down in 14th. Lando Norris, 15th place. He was in a battle throughout the race as well, but dropped further back later on with tyre issues and had to pit again to put the softs on. Nicholas Latifi, 16th. 17th for Romain Grosjean, and George Russell dropped down into 18th place. The only 2 retirements was Carlos Sainz, who, when rejoining the track at turn 2 at the start of the race, caught the front left and rear left suspension and broke the car, triggering a safety car. And the other retirement was Lance Stroll, who hit the wall just a few seconds later after getting a tap from Charles Leclerc. He retired on the opening lap of the race. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton does take the lead still, 205 points to him, but Valtteri Bottas now on 161. He started to close that battle down. Verstappen is third on 128, but this is where it really gets interesting. The midfield has closed up. We've got Norris on 65, Albon 64, Ricciardo 63, Leclerc and Stroll both on 57, Perez 56, Gasly on 45, Sainz 41, Ocon 36. That is a massive fight for fourth place in the in the Drivers' Championship. Moving further down, Vettel only has 17 points, not improving here today. Then we get Kvyat on 14, great day for him. Hülkenberg remains, of course, on 6 points after not taking part in this Grand Prix. Then we get Raikkonen now still on 2 points, Giovinazzi 2 points, Magnussen 1, no points on the board still for Latifi, Russell or Grosjean. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes walking away with it with victory here today. 366 points to them. 192 now for Red Bull. McLaren lead now by just 2 points to Racing Point. 106 to 104. 99 for Renault. The battle for the midfield teams is getting close for third place in the Constructors. Watch out for Ferrari on 74 and AlphaTauri on 59. In the further back, well, Alfa Romeo still only have 4, Haas still on 1, and no points on the board still for Williams. So our next race, we've got a 2-week break now. It's the Eiffel Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. I feel good. I feel good.
I feel good. No, I don't.
No, I don't feel good either. But going further on as well. I know. Look at the beard. It's getting worse. I don't know what it is.
But I found you new blade.
I know. It's gone for next time out. It's just that you didn't find them until yesterday. Got to keep continuity.
Well, I used it.
So we are back and we are live.
I used one of them. I put
it looks quite good. I'm looking forward to that then. We are live next time out at the Eiffel Grand Prix all weekend long. Ian Burge joins with the Friday. Megan's back for the Saturday. We're all together for the Sunday. But the Nürburgring for the first time in 7 years. Hamilton going to beat Schumacher's record. It's going to be good, isn't it?
He's going to beat it there.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. I can't wait.
I hope, anyway. Right? That's nothing against Michael, because Michael was one of my heroes. He was a great driver. Right? A bit arrogant, but then again, so a lot of people. It's
going to be a great race. I can't wait. Eiffel. Then we go to Portugal and Emilia Romagna in Imola. 3 great races coming up as well. We're live next time out. Thank you for joining me this weekend. Megan returns next time out in Eiffel. We've got a 2-week gap now. I'm going on holiday. I've got nothing else on. Bye for now.